We in New Ireland have made our desire to implement a provincial health authority clear, very clear over the years. We are finally crossing the bridge to establish the Provincial Health Authority. We see this as another step in accepting responsibility for the delivery of real and effective health services to our people. And New Ireland will provide a high quality of life for all its people, including the weak, the poor, the vulnerable and the disadvantaged. The PHA Declaration forward, adopted in 2013, deepened our commitment to the health of our people. It declared every New Islander has a right to healthy life. It promised to expand the old age and disabled pension program, expand roof over heads, provide improved antenatal and child health care, improve and build new hospitals, implement a water and sanitation for hygiene wash program, and address major health issues such as malaria and TB. Ladies and gentlemen, all New Islanders, I've taken significant steps, not taken by any other province, some of which I spoke of last night. We have introduced pension for our elderly and disabled, roof over heads, public-private partnership with Australian Doctors International, ADI, and the Anti-Malaria Alliance, reopened most closed APOs, introduced a provincial wash program, paid incentives to rural health staff, converted all sub-health centers into health centers, and many more. I could go on, but the point is that we are serious in New Ireland. We do not just talk, we act. That is why we have moved strongly towards greater autonomy.
Australia's been engaged in some of the early work in piloting the approach to the development of these authorities, and in that way I hope we've been able to make a small contribution to setting the approach. But that's very small compared to the work of local authorities working through what works for local communities. And I think that's what is so much in evidence here in New Ireland. Local initiative, local commitment, that's what really counts. So it is a great honour to be able to be here on the day in which your own board is sworn in. Of course, it also reflects the state of health services in New Ireland. It reflects the great collaboration that occurs not only at the sort of broader hospital level, but through health centres, through outreach, through working in rural and remote communities. All that comes together under the one banner. It is an important initiative, but it works particularly well if it's linked in with the other ongoing engagements that there are in the health sector throughout the whole New Ireland community. And in that, as Sir Julius mentioned, initiatives such as the local authorities have developed with Australian Doctors International, reaching out to the most remote parts of the province is also an important part of that. We're very happy to be associated with that through an ongoing grant to ADI. As well, the engagement that has developed between provincial authorities, private sector organisations is another great example of that community and collaboration. But there are obviously always important issues around how to look forward for the longer term development of the health sector in this case, and work through continuing education, opportunity for scholarships, whether they're within New Ireland, within Papua New Guinea more generally, or in some special cases for study abroad. That's another important element of the whole approach to future health development. And once again, it's an area where we're very pleased to be able to make a small contribution. Beyond that, there are special areas that do need particular attention, and one that has already been mentioned is malaria. I think the more that we can all find ways to collaborate to move towards that very, very noble goal of elimination of malaria would be a great achievement. And all power to New Ireland for working particularly hard to see how that might eventuate in coming years. So, with those few words, can I again congratulate New Ireland on this important step forward in the field of health. Can I wish the board, as it takes on its responsibilities, every good wish for a very successful oversight of the broader health demands of New Ireland. And can I thank you all very much for the very warm welcome and the very colourful and enjoyable approach to this great ceremony.
We like to talk thank you, Lo Governor Playupla, Lo accepting invitation, Lo Minister of Health, Lo establishing Provincial Health Authority. This law we passed Lo long time, Lo 2007, but implementation we taking time because of plenty of reasons. And we know also law where automatically by happen Lo country and voluntary legislation where by our governor of province by all put him hand long only on top now lito. Plenty people long only die lo sick to mass lo province lo me. We like changing system so that this la hospital lo Keviang na rural health lo provincial government must come one time na delivering health service to all people. So we like to governor lo imply making right decision long saving all this la mama na beginning ni lo die. Because all doctor lo current arrangement and all staff housing that's all. Only na sama ko to mas rural areas where plenty of mama now beginning to start. Invited guests, our very important partners, the churches, the private sector companies, and non-government organizations. Thank you for coming this morning. Staff from the KVN Hospital and staff from Rural Health in New Ireland. It might be the last time that we are talking like that, addressing you, the hospital, and addressing the rural health. After the Minister's Declaration today, we will not be talking like that anymore. We have only one system, and that is the New Ireland Provincial Health Authority. If you keep repeating hospital and rural health, we will never move forward. We have to talk one system, that's all. And that's the way we're going to make it happen in this province. The one system, that's all means that the amalgamation of these two territories to come under one umbrella, under one provincial health board, under one management team. Today's announcement by the Minister for Health through a ministerial order will mean that the Provincial Health Authority and the National Health Administration Act will no longer apply in New Ireland Province. The Provincial Health Authority Act of 2007 will apply as from today in this province. This means that the current hospital and rural health systems will stop, including officers holding on to positions. Only one board, one management will be created today. The Health Minister will announce today what is going to happen when the declaration order is made today for the Provincial Health Authority management team. Provincial Health Authority reform is the way to go for PNG Health because we find that the current dual health system is not working and resulted in poor health indicators for Papua New Guinea. Hospitals cannot say they are doing well when the rural people are not accessing health services. Doctors and specialists from hospitals must be accessed by all the population in the province. Therefore, Provincial Health Authority promises many good things. But in order to develop the Provincial Health Authority systems and make these systems work, we need people who can lead and manage. The New Ireland Provincial Health Authority is a baby because it's going to born in a little while by the Minister for Health. That means a declaration. Many of the Provincial Health Authority now established are doing very well and seeing improvements. Achievements have been observed in Western Highlands and Milne Bay Province. We need good boards, good management team with support from the provincial government, the National Department of Health, and Central Agencies Department. We will see the PHA prosper in this province. The recent industrial situations in Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority and Eastern Highlands Provincial Health Authorities are political in nature. They are individuals that are fighting their own battles for their own self-interest. The board must work closely with the district development authorities as DDAs have the infrastructure funds for health services. PHA, the Provincial Health Authority, must plan for health services and implement the plans together with the district development authorities. For the New Ireland Provincial Government, will continue to support the Provincial Health Authority. Health function grants from the national government is not sufficient. Therefore, as per the intergovernment financing arrangement, internal revenue from the provincial government must also be shared with the Provincial Health Authority. From the national government through the Department of Health, we will continue to provide funding and technical support to the Provincial Health Authority.
The outcome of our present dual and parallel health systems is well documented. We are all too well aware of the poor health indicators the country is experiencing. We must act decisively now to correct this dilemma through the unified health authority in this province. The mandate to turn around is to the Provincial Health Authorities Act. This law is aimed in removing the impediments and barriers in the delivery of health services, which currently cause the separation of roles and responsibilities between urban-based public hospitals and rural health services. I can assure you that the PHA is the recipe for elimination of program and resource duplication, the prevention of confusion and improvement in the management of health service delivery. The launching of the PHA will remove barriers and install an effective health system for the people of New Ireland Province. Medical, nursing, and clinical expertise currently confined to and available only at KVN General Hospital will be shared with and benefit all the district hospitals and health centers in New Ireland. Under the Provincial Health Authorities Act, the KVN General Hospital will be called KVN Provincial Hospital as of today, and will be accountable to both the national and provincial government through the Provincial Health Authority Board for its performance and use of all its resources. I also expect recruitment of professionally qualified managers to manage the Provincial Health Authority. Chairman, I'm looking at you. And that is why I'm going to say here, the board will meet after this swearing in to appoint an acting CEO and management team. You have to do it right after this meeting, after the swearing in. It's important. The New Ireland Provincial Health Authority Board will be monitored to make sure it's performing its statutory responsibilities. The board must in turn monitor and make sure that management is doing its job so that at the end of the day, there is no excuses when our people are not served. Their rights to government health services. Now, of course, the provincial government is expected to support the streamlining of the Provincial Health Authority by providing adequate health manpower to the Provincial Health Authority to deliver services on behalf of the provincial government. And also by providing adequate budgetary support from its own internal revenue to support the Provincial Health Authority to deliver curative and public health services. I am confident that working together in partnership to improve health management and service delivery is the way forward for the sector as we develop and move into the implementation of the National Health Plan. I am now also announcing the opening of New Ireland Nursing College in 2017. And once again, congratulate the outgoing board and the provincial government for the support in realizing the construction and commissioning of the KVN Provincial Hospital Operating Theatre, which will be formally opened after this program. Congratulations, New Ireland Province, on the establishment of the New Ireland Provincial Health Authority. Before I go with the sign-in, I just want to say here, also in front of my department head and the very senior officers that are here, and I know there are some from the key economic ministries that are represented here, I will say, we only live once. We don't live twice. We don't live 3 times. That's impossible. You can be educated at all various levels until you get all the degrees in the world. But when your health is affected, sorry Thomas. And that is why, from the health sector, when we want the funding must be made available. I don't want drug shortages. I've told my secretary, I said, when I go back to Port Moresby, I want the latest up-to-date report where there's drug shortages, because I read about them, I hear about it. And I want to know, what is the problem? Why is the money being withheld? Sorry, I'm very emotional too. But I have expressed my concern to the secretary and his team. If people are not performing, they should not be there. They must not compromise the health of our people. Never must. I'm only the minister. We look at policies. We don't drive that department. I don't hold a steering wheel over there. Sorry, Governor, but something that I want to mention. With that, and also my colleagues in ministries, and I'm glad one ministry is here too, but from the key economic ministries, must also support the health sector, and that's including church health services. And I'm glad some money was put in the supplementary budget. So Secretary, go back, you go to Finance Department or Treasury, and make sure they release those money. They have to. I now proceed into the signing of the ministerial order to formalize the launching and establishment of the authority. Thank you everybody for listening to me. Thank you.
Don't know where to start. What I'm about to say may surprise you, but now I see it clear. Life may not